Hello guys, in today's video I would like to talk about the Flexicurity system in Denmark and more or less security system in Germany. I will first of all explain what Flexicurity is all about. Then of course what's the system in Germany. As I would say it's more a security system. Then I will talk about the pros and cons of flexicurity and security. Then I will go on to small to see if the flexicurity system would work in Germany, if we could adapt the system, and also I will talk about the situation in Germany and why there is a similar system which we in a different way, but it's more or less goes into the same direction. And then I will talk about the system in my company and why flexicurity would be a good good system, and also a small part regarding to the actual situation of the coronavirus, why flexicurity could be good, could be bad, and same for security in Germany. So I will start talking about the flexicurity. Flexicurity was invented in the early 90s in Denmark due to jobless employees, first of all they had to make some changes, and they had to change the system when you have no job. So the main sense of flexicurity is that the companies can react to different sales. If they have enough or if they have much to produce, they can react and get new employees. And if there's times where the production goes down, they can fire them and more or less can better react to the economic system. The flexicurity model, as I already said, they had to make some changes. They reduced the time where you can get fired. It's roughly 4 weeks, and to compensate that, you getting when you are jobless, when you lose your job, you get money from the welfare system. That's enough money to motivate the people. And for a company like Lego, which has very different volumes of producing in the year, especially for the Christmas time, it's a good system to adapt to the different producing capacities. First of all, I'm going to explain the German system. It's more or less the security system, where the big change in the early 2000s under our Chancellor Gerhard Schröder, who implied the Agenda 2020. There was a big change in the working market, and the main part was that when you lose your job, you get 66% of your last income for 1 year, and after 1 year you get Hartz IV, which is about 450 euros, so it's not so much. And we have something that we you can't be fired by your company without a reason in 4 weeks. We have something that we call firing safety or something. I don't know the right word. That means that there's only a few reasons why you can get fired, and it has to be very clear. So it's not so easy to fire people in Germany, and that's why I would call it security system, because there's a high amount of security when you got a job in a company. But when you lose your job, it is it's for a year you can it's okay, but the satisfaction of the employer or the people who got no job is very low, because if they can't get a job fast, they will only get a Hartz IV. I would like to first of all talk about the pros and the cons of the Flexicurity system. As I already mentioned, the Flexicurity system gives the companies a lot of flexibility to react to different amount of production, and the cons is you have a high fluctuation, and sometimes you lose people who just were very good, so you have to train them again. But to summarize it, it's still a good systems for especially companies like Lego, faces different production capacities during the year. In Germany, the system, especially for me as an employee, it's a pretty good system because it's hard to lose your job. But of course, it's for the companies, it's sometimes very hard to react to different situations, especially now in during the Corona crisis. You can't just fire the employees, so you have to pay them ongoing, and that could be very hard. And also in the company I work for, a forklift manufacturer, there is also, especially for the Christmas time, where a lot of companies buy new forklifts for their storages. We need more people, and in springtime or summer, we basically need half of them, but we have no or very small chance to react to this. So that's of course a problem. We have something similar. Sorry, I mentioned it's we have a system with loan workers. Company can get loan workers for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and fire them as well. And the problem is in Germany that we have collective agreements, and there is a maximum of loan workers stated. For example, in our company, it's only the maximum of 15% of all of the employees can be loan workers, and if we go over the 15%, we have to hire them constantly, so they are part of the normal employees. And and if you were for last year we had a good year, so we hired some employees. This year is due to Corona, due to some other facts, not so good year, but we can't react as the Danes could do with the Flexicurity system. The next point I will talk about is why it would be hard to implement the Flexicurity system, which is a quite good system in Germany. The problem is that due to the Agenda 2020, it is very hard for the government to implement new changes for the employees, because they are still not sure if it's good, because the last time the government changed or implied major changes, it was well, most of the people say it's pretty bad, and so to implement the Flexicurity system, the most of the German people who need the safety standards, and to say to them that they can be fired within 4 weeks, or even if they get a good money if they're jobless, it probably won't work. So we have to implement other systems, which we already did, that you can work more in the winter time, especially. Then you have a amount of time and which you can get, especially for example you worked 40 hours more than you should, and in the springtime where the work there's not so much work, you work 40 hours less, and so you can react to this. But especially or summarized, I would say that to implement the Flexicurity system, you can't compare the Denmark economy. Maybe you can compare it, but you can't compare the Danish culture to the German culture, because the German people, as you can see in the Corona crisis now, they need to be independent, and they want to show that they're independent, and part of the independent is that they need the safety, and big part of the safety is the job. When you buy a house, when you have kids, when you have family, you need a constant income, and I think that's very important for a lot of German people, and that's why I don't think it would be probably a good idea for the companies, but for the government, I don't think that they could sell the Flexicurity system to the German people. So thanks.